Okay guys, so today we're going to talk about how to do a Ken Burns effect on a picture or video in Adobe Premiere Pro. So the first thing you're going to want to do is drag your clip or picture into Adobe Premiere Pro. Now in this tutorial, we're going to be using a process called keyframing. What keyframing does is it takes 2 points. For instance, let's say we had one point where the position was right here, and the next point where the position was right here, it puts the in-between in. So instead of just being right here, and then at one point just immediately going over here, keyframing allows it to give you that nice smooth glide that you see in a lot of videos. So I'm going to teach you how to keyframe today in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now there are a lot of things that you can keyframe. You can keyframe position or movement, scale or zoom, and rotation or how much you turn it. You can also do opacity, which is how bright something is. So if you wanted to fade out, you could turn the opacity down to 0. So the way that you reach this pane that I'm talking about is if I mouse off, you click on here, you click on your clip, and you go to, and you're usually going to be here, you click Effect Controls. Now in Effect Controls, to toggle keyframes, you click on this thing. So once you hit this, it'll create a keyframe wherever you start. So if I want to start the image right here, I keyframe position. Now I can also keyframe scale and rotation. And I do this just because I don't like to have done my other keyframes, my second, the one that the computer is bridging the gap between, and have to realize, oh, I didn't put a keyframe here. So now, what I can do is I can do something like this. I can move the image over, then I can zoom, oh, that's a little too much over, and then I can maybe go up a little and rotate it a little. And when you actually go all the way through, it's this very smooth transition rather than a very boring one. So that's how we're going to do keyframes, and that's the same for everything. But let's say you don't want it in this initial position. You can, if you're right here, you can hit go to previous keyframe, and what you can do is you could start it right here. So now what it's going to do is it changes the keyframe so that now it's going to travel further. So if we want to do that, we can make it here now. So now the motion moves faster because it starts here. What a keyframe does is it sets a point and then it bridges, and the computer bridges the gap between them. So you can modify those keyframes that you have. That's how you keyframe in Premiere Pro. You can do this with all sorts of pictures and videos, and it's a very cool effect. Thanks for watching.